This video is about Amelia's struggle with travelling. A lot of people are scared of like flying. Some people get car sick, I get travel sick. So Amelia, I wanted to tell you a little story.
Why I am scared to travel. This is actually really ironic that I'm filming this because literally yesterday this video came up on Facebook that it was 30 years since the something Keyworth air disaster or something. Basically, a plane crashed onto the M1, I think, 30 years ago.
A plane?
It was flying from London to Belfast, and I was like, dude, how did I not hear about this? I was like fascinated by it, but also really sad and scared about it. And I was thinking, how do people survive that? So I was reading the survivor stories. Why did I do that to myself? I'm scared of flying.
I thought what you were going to say is the reason we're doing this video today is because you were panicking about our holiday that's happening in July, in June.
Yeah.
We're going on a boat trip. We're all staying on a boat on like what is it? A catamaran or something?
It does look lovely. I sound really ungrateful. It looks beautiful.
I was about to say.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
But I'm sadly, the way my mind works is plane, boat, plane. And then I'm thinking the plane on the way back, we're all going to be like, oh, we're all wavy from the being on the waves.
Before any of you think about doing it, no one write a horror story about a boat trip down below in the comments. Please, no one do that. Because otherwise we'll never get Amelia on the boat for Mum's 50th.
I'm still getting like butterflies in my tummy just thinking about the thing that happened 30 years ago. Jeez, why did I read the true life stories?
So yes, this video is about Amelia's fear of travelling. Hit the stories. When did it start?
I don't know. It comes under a number of things. It's obviously the actual air travel.
Yeah.
I've always never been a big fan of flying, but I never used to be like hugely scared of it.
Not many people like love flying.
But I think I've started to become really scared of it on our way back from America.
When we went to Playlist.
Yeah, but we had the worst turbulence on the way back, and that like struck a chord in me.
We flew with Nikki and Sammy, and they were in front of us. Anyway, I can remember one of them looking back at me and Amelia was cuddling me, which is when you know she's scared. And she was like crying her eyes out, and I can remember them being like, wow, she actually is, she's full on scared.
Yeah,
I've never seen her like this.
So then that made me start to be scared of like flying, although it wasn't like truly like that's where it started, because we went to Thailand a couple of years back and I was scared about the flight. In my head, and still now, which isn't I always associate longer flight, you're in the air more, you've got a longer and a bigger chance of something going wrong, which isn't necessarily true. Bear in mind, this thing that happened 30 years ago, it was going to London to Belfast. Why did I read about this?
I do wonder whether your fear of travelling came from, started from when you got a bit, like, your anxiety started at the same time.
When you're a kid, you don't know things that kind of go on in the world. So when I was a kid, I didn't really know, like, about the risks. I didn't really know about, like, what could happen. Yeah, I didn't really know about the different things in different countries. As I started getting older, I became more aware, and my anxiety started getting worse. So another thing, we went to Thailand.
Yeah.
We had to get vaccinations, and I was scared about going to Thailand because I associated Thailand with having tsunamis.
Which, to be fair, where we went to Thailand was where a tsunami happened, right, nearby.
Yes.
And there were tsunami warning signs when we were driving closer and closer and closer to where we were going on holiday.
And I'm really stupid. I think, okay, it's happened once here, it will definitely happen again. Which, to be fair, it could happen once anywhere. Yeah. But that's just the way I think, and I then start becoming paranoid. And so that was my main worry. When we were in Thailand, this might not be right, but when you go to like sort of Asian countries, I think the water is very different there, and like we're instructed not to have the ice, and sometimes with fruit and stuff, if it's been washed, it actually could be a little bit more risky because your stomach isn't used to that sort of water and stuff. So I didn't really think about that at the time, but there was also a stomach bug going around, and everybody, apart from Amelia, me, was very, very ill. Everybody was ill, and so I then associated Thailand with being ill. Well, as I'm becoming more aware, I'm now associating like Asian countries that my body, I hear more stuff like, oh yeah, like Bali belly and stuff like that, and I'm like, well,
Bali belly?
Yeah, apparently people get Bali
I know Delhi belly.
No, apparently Bali belly is also
so just everywhere.
Well, like apparently sometimes your body doesn't really accept like the water or the oil.
Well, I know it happens in India.
Yeah.
But I didn't get a deli belly, except everyone else did. First of all, we weren't actually in that area. We were in Calcutta, but I just ate cooked vegetables the whole time and rice.
Yeah, because it's usually like raw food, obviously.
Or meat.
Yeah, or meat, but raw food can be like riskier, so like raw veg, raw fruit.
Yeah, because it might not have been washed and it might have been washed in the wrong water and things.
Which is annoying because usually when I'd go on holiday, I would love eating salads and eating fruit. But weirdly, see, this is the thing, I always get so scared, but a lot of the time, touch wood.
I was like, what are you doing?
Oh, there's wood there. A lot of the time, it's usually... Unfortunately, my family that I don't want to say this because the way my anxiety works, I think by saying it will happen. But do you know what I mean? A lot of stressing me out.
There's a few problems going on.
It's really stressing out.
A lot of the time, the rest of the family gets ill instead. So another instance is that not last year, but the year before, went on a family holiday to Cyprus, and it was like in a resort. And it just so happened, you know, a bit like on cruises when everyone gets the illness, the same thing.
It just circles around, you can't escape it. And I felt like I was just in this like prison, and I couldn't escape my hotel room because everywhere.
Me and Mum were really ill, and we had to pretend that we weren't. Except it got so bad that Amelia had to then eventually know. I'm talking like bridesmaids. You know when they're ill? That's what it was like. Oh yeah, lovely.
So you would think then Grace would be more scared than me. But then that suddenly then put me off all-inclusive resorts. And I used to love all-inclusive resorts.
To be fair, it did put me off it partly as well.
Well, I used to love all-inclusive resorts, but then everywhere I'd just see germs. I'd see germs. The thing is, I need to get it into my head, like, if you're ill, you're ill. There's nothing you could do about it. Like, you could always go back there again. But I think a lot of my anxiety and my phobia stems from a control thing. It's like, if I'm ill, I want to know how long I'm going to be ill for. I want to know why I'm ill. I want to know
think everyone else
if I'm going to be... Yeah, of course. But very rational people can just accept that. But for my head, it just won't accept that.
So would you say the reason you're scared of travelling is first of all stem from anxiety?
Yes.
Because your anxiety causes you to worry about being ill anyway.
Yes.
Because of germs and things.
Yes.
So first of all it's that, and also associated with being ill on holiday.
Yes.
Not necessarily because you don't want to be ill on holiday, but just because you don't like being ill. Because you're the same anywhere.
Yeah, I just don't want to be ill full stop. But
most people...
I do get even more anxious about being ill on holiday.
But most people would be like, I'd prefer to be ill at home. I don't care.
Oh no, I see. I just
right
don't
now,
want to be.
I'm on holiday. I've spent a fortune being here. I don't want to be ill now.
Be ill
no. And then also you associate travelling with also being sick, but also like dying and germs and things.
Yeah.
as
So
well.
I think literally it all stems from a lot of things. So number one is my fear of flying. Then number two, I do like my home comforts. I really do like my home comforts, and I feel safe.
Comforts?
I like doing stuff that I'm familiar with.
You mean like going to the pub?
Yeah, it's literally like being at home in Surrey, going to the pub with my friends that I feel comfortable with.
But just a holiday.
No, I know, but actually going out of my comfort zone does make me really anxious. Then there's also, I don't like going on boats because we had an incident when we went to Venice.
Yes, we were on a catamaran then, weren't we?
Don't say it was a catamaran.
Was it not?
I think it was smaller.
Oh no, it was massive. It was a lot bigger, but that's why there was a problem because it was a storm. It wasn't.
There was a storm.
It was a storm. It wasn't in season. It was out of season.
Yes.
We were travelling in deep waters,
yes,
which we won't be doing when we go to Greece because we're just like on the shore.
Island hopping.
But there was a storm. And the boat was like this, and everyone was sick, and there was like 200 people on board or something.
Yeah,
there,
so that was like
from Croatia to Venice.
Thought we were gonna die and also be sick, so that collaborated. To be fair, then that makes me look negatively on Venice, and I'm like, what did Venice do? Venice was lovely. So yeah, that makes me scared of boats.
I don't think it's past experiences. I think even if you didn't have those experiences, you'd still be scared.
Yeah, but I think little selections of past experiences then helps my imagination and my anxiety get worse. This is the shame of it all. So then like I associate Thailand with being ill. Like why do I associate that? Like that's what's going to happen when you go to Thailand or any Asian countries. I associate that with being ill. I associate with going to America, having to go through a long like bumpy flight.
So do you associate also, I don't know, where we've been? Oh, I'm trying to think of a holiday we've been on with good experience.
No, but this is the sad thing though. In all throughout those holidays, I did also have amazing experiences. Like, we went to Cyprus. It was so nice because it was the first time, like, all of us, like me and Grace with our boyfriends went on holiday with our parents and our brother, and I remember there were huge waves that we would like jump over.
You're not scared of the sea, are you?
I'm not scared if I can like touch the ground and sit. So
if it's clear.
If it's clear and I can't touch the ground, I'm fine with that because it's clear. But yeah, so we had an amazing time in Cyprus. Like even in Thailand, we had an amazing time. Like it was beautiful.
Do we think that if this boat trip, it's at the end of June, by the way, if this boat trip goes to plan and it's lovely and amazing,
I don't want to jinx things because that's already stressing me out.
That's not how. No, jinx.
Me
that's
out
not. It's not a real. It's fine.
So this is another thing about my anxiety. I never like to say I'm looking forward to things because for some reason I think if I'm saying I'm looking forward to things,
okay, it's going to be awful.
No, I don't even like to say that. Okay. I think if I'm going to say I'm looking forward to things, something will go wrong.
It's going to be mediocre.
Or like I will be sick.
It's going to be mediocre. Someone will be ill. It's going to be fine.
But then also it's like, so what? I can never plan anything in my life and look forward to it.
And touched words.
So I do plan stuff in my life, but with then like I'm like, oh my gosh, I've got this thing that I'm really looking forward to. Oh my gosh, it's not a fun way to live. So that's why I'm getting therapy again.
So that was an insight in Amelia's mind, and hopefully you understand a little bit why she is scared of travelling.
I think everybody's brain works a different way, and I don't enjoy the way my brain works. But if you've read Every Colour of You, at least I'm more understanding to how a brain can make you feel like those sort of feelings. So,
it's safe to say Amelia's still working on it and she doesn't want these problems to hold her back.
That's the thing.
Actually, you've got a call with your therapist in a few hours.
I do.
So timing's quite good, I think, because she's hyped up and her mind's probably thinking about all the bad things that can happen right now.
Yeah, I think what I'd say is I am very aware that I'm not the biggest fan of travelling. However, I try to not let it ruin my experiences. Like me and Grace went to Berlin, we went to Glasgow.
When did we go to Berlin? Oh yeah, we did go to Berlin. That was fine.
I went to Bruges. Like Europe, I feel a little bit more comfortable about because the shorter plane journey, which doesn't necessarily mean it's safer, but less cooped up. I do try to like not let it interrupt too much of my life, but it does sometimes.
You can't help
However, hopefully in the future, like, you know, I'll be one of those people that could be like, yeah, let's go to Australia.
Oh, I don't think you'll ever be that person, though.
I don't think that's the person I am.
Just because you don't enjoy travelling that much. No. Thanks for the therapy session, guys. We'll see you on Monday with Mandev Weekly. Bye-bye.
It just stressed me out making that video.
Oh, it was fine.